If you don't change your mindset, you'll never lose weight. Take it from someone who lost 110 pounds after gaining 100 pounds, my daughter.
Hey bestie, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So bestie, we have just hit 10,000 subscribers and I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing and thank you so much for always engaging with my videos, leaving the comments. I'm so grateful. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the mindset shift, which is going to help you lose the weight. So I've put the stitches together so that you watch. I'll be back to share my true sense.
If you don't change your mindset, you'll never lose weight. Take it from someone who lost 110 pounds after gaining 100 pounds, my daughter. I finally realized, I was like, something's got to change. I've gone up and down. I've yo-yoed throughout the year. I've been heavy. I've been light. I've been, you name it, I've been there. And I finally, after I gained my 100 pounds, I'm like, something has to change. This has to be a lifestyle change. This needs to be an overhaul of everything that I've thought about fitness or weight loss in general. And the first thing was, you need to fix the way you look at yourself. You need to fix the way you view yourself, the way you think about yourself, the way you talk to yourself, and the way you project yourself. You can't be talking to yourself all crazy. You can't be like, I hate myself, or I hate this about me, You cannot be hating your whole entire being because it's not going to work with your weight loss. I have been there. I was that girl that hated everything about myself. And the minute I switched that around and started, I love myself. I love who I am. I'm capable of so much amazing things. So why am I hating on myself? You only have yourself, okay? I know you have others, but you really have yourself. So why are you hating on yourself? So what I did was to improve this, because it's really hard. When you're negative, when you're down, when you're just complaining about everything, it's really hard to get out of that mindset, because that's the only mindset and the only sort of way of life that you know. This is what I did. I literally, every time I said something bad about myself, I would say 5 good things that I loved about myself. 5. It could be the same thing in the row. It could be new things. It could be whatever. You have to sit there and repeat it. And it just happens over and over again. At first I was like, oh my God, I think I've done this 20 times today. And now I'm doing it again. But it works. It works. Slowly your self-concept about yourself improves. View yourself as this amazing person. View yourself as all these amazing qualities you have, because that's what it is. And who cares what other people think or what people think of you? If they think negatively of you, then they shouldn't be in your life. Okay? If they're hating on you, they're jealous of you, they shouldn't be in your life. Point blank. Listen, I've been so down bad before, I don't even recognize the girl before me. So if I can change, you can change. And the only way you're going to make a weight loss or a big life change is if you change the way.
These mindset shifts made my weight loss journey so much easier. How hungry you feel does not equal the amount of food you need. Just because you feel really hungry, it doesn't mean you need a big meal. Your hunger is a signal and a normal one. It's not an emergency, so just respond calmly and eat a normal meal. You don't need to feel full, you need to feel fueled. What I mean by this is when you eat your meal, fullness should not be the goal. Nourishment is. Just like with your car's gas tank, you're not going to keep filling it up until it overflows. You're just going to give it what it needs. Cravings are not commands, they're cues. So if you get a sugar craving, this could mean that your body is tired, dehydrated, or stressed. It doesn't mean that your body needs a donut. Lastly, if you tend to eat based on emotions, we want to separate that. So you don't eat to feel better, you eat to feel nourished. Food is not therapy, so we want to separate that emotional need from our physical hunger. If you're looking to feel better, try going for a walk or getting a hug or getting some.
The fastest way to lose weight is by changing your personality. You don't need another workout plan. You need a personality transplant. You have to be a version of you who doesn't negotiate with discipline. A person who doesn't binge for comfort. A person who wakes up early. A person who moves her body because she loves it. Who eats for energy and not for escape. Who shows up for herself even when no one is watching. You're not losing weight by wishing for it. You're losing weight by becoming the type of woman who doesn't carry weight that doesn't belong to her. If you're serious about the glow up, stop waiting to feel motivated. Change your identity and the weight loss will follow. It is that simple.
This is a masterclass on how to lose weight, and this is going to be a little different than how it was explained to me, at the very least, when, I wanted to lose weight. So here we go. Usually we're told to diet and exercise, right? In some sort of variation in order to create a calorie deficit, which, let me clarify before I continue, you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. That's the only way to lose weight. But the first thing most people are told is to create a calorie deficit through diet and or exercise. What I want to say is that diet and exercise are the effect, not the cause. Let me explain. The cause is a mindset shift or an identity shift. In order to lose weight, you have to become the type of person who does not have that weight. Like, if that makes sense, right? And I want to kind of like frame this larger than weight loss, because for most people it is, right? They want to feel better. They want to be healthier. They want to be more confident, right? There's other things that they're associating with the weight, right? It's more of like a mental weight than the physical body weight. And so this identity shift is what inspires action, right? This mindset shift is what inspires you to perhaps change your diet and start exercising. But if you start exercising and change your diet without this mindset shift, it will not last. And this is why so many people have these like bounce backs. This is why so many people bounce back after they lose weight. It's because they did not actually make an identity shift. They did not change their mindset around weight loss, around the reasoning behind their weight loss. And so they themselves didn't change, and they're just trying to change their body, and that's not how we work. So if you want to lose weight, this is what I suggest. First, ask yourself why you want to lose weight. If your answer, like most people, is you just really want to be healthier and fitter, and the byproduct most likely will be weight loss, then think about how a fit person moves through the world, how a healthy person moves through the world in your mind. How does this person think about food? How does this person think about their body, movement, etc., etc.? Start thinking like this person, and over time, you will start taking the action.
I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. If you are in a space where you feel like you like on a heavy set side and you're trying to lose weight, then you're gonna have to change your mindset when it comes to your portion size. And I'm just being honest. When I was more like on the heavy set side, I was eating flaming hot Cheetos all the time, grape soda, oatmeal pies, Cheez-Its, the white cheddar kind. Those were, I ate it every single day, like no lie, throughout the day, every single day. I remember when my son was born and I came home and I sat in that bed all day and ate an entire box of Cheez-Its, like no lie. That's when I was like, all right, this is going too far. It's going to come a time when you're going to really need to sit back and ask yourself, do I really need this entire bag at this time? And your answer should be no. And that's not to say that you can't eat whatever, because nothing should really be off limits. Like, we human. You really need to say to yourself, okay, I already know what these bag of chips taste like. I don't need to have a second bag, a third bag, and end up eating an entire box. You don't need to be doing that. The moment when I changed my mindset to that, where, okay, Britt, you already know what it tastes like. You don't need all this right now, is when I started to see results, not just physically, but mentally. And it's going to take practice because it's new to you. But I promise, if just like anything else that you practice, you have to practice and keep working at it, keep speaking to it. And eventually that mindset shift about nutrition and overeating will help you in the long run. So yeah, I hope that little tip helped y'all.
This one simple mindset swap is going to absolutely change the game for you when it comes to your weight loss, fat loss goals. And this mental shift is the foundation of how we coach on Team Becoming Her. I'm going to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. I want you to think addition instead of subtraction. Human beings are hardwired to want more, and this is exactly why dieting in the way that most of you use to try and lose weight feels so freaking daunting. So instead of less calories, less carbs, less sleep, less joy, I want you to think, what more can I add to? More whole foods, more protein, more water, more mindful movement. Now, of course, you can't just add more without actually being in a calorie deficit and expect to lose weight, but this simple shift will rewire your brain into looking at fat loss differently.
3 mindset shifts that I had to make when I was losing weight. Number one, it's not the all or nothing mindset. You have to let go of that, I swear. If you continue having this all or nothing mindset, you're never gonna lose weight because life is constantly gonna throw crap at you. And the thing with weight loss is you have to learn how to deal with that crap and change up your routine and fit the workout plan into that crap that life throws at you. 2, food's not gonna make you happy. Stop relying on food as your main source of happiness. Find other habits and hobbies that are gonna bring you joy. You're not gonna be motivated every day. Some days you literally just have to put on like a workout set and just like do it. Like motivation is BS because it does not exist.
If you're starting your weight loss journey from zero scratch, this is one piece of advice I wish somebody told me 50 pounds ago. Do not focus on taking things away from yourself right now and away from your diet, and only focus on adding things into your diet. Instead of making a list and giving yourself a long list of bullshit of all the things that you can't do and that you can't eat, make a list of all of the things that you are going to start adding into your life. For example, you're going to add in 1 serving of vegetables a day, or add 1 piece of fruit a day. Add 20 minutes of movement every day, whether that's a walk outside, on a Peloton, whatever the fuck you've got going on. I know you hear that it's 80% diet and 20% exercise. No, it's 80% mindset, 10% exercise, 10% nutrition. If you get your mindset right, the rest is going to follow effortlessly. I promise you that. And right now,
you're going to hate me for saying this, but your life can change in less than a year. If you don't know me, hi, I'm that girl who lost over 18 kilograms, and it completely changed my life. Oh my god, dude, I just felt the orgasm in my mouth. What the fuck? I started to compare my life before I lost weight and now that I've lost weight. And I realized, oh my god, weight loss is really just your mindset. I remember when I first wanted to lose weight, I kept telling myself like, oh, I need to start going to the gym. I need to start doing this and this and this. And that's not how you should be approaching weight loss. For example, for me, I want to be a model. And I don't say, oh, I'm gonna be a model. It's just, I am a model. And the reason why you need to do that is because it's consistency. Your consistency doesn't come from motivation or your ambition or whatever. It comes from just your self-identity. Call me delusional or whatever, but I fucking did it. I was able to lose 18 kilos. So if that small change in mindset can get me this far and change my life, I'm pretty sure anyone can fucking do this.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you are waiting to lose weight or for your body to look better before you start feeling confident or to stop sitting on the sidelines of your life, you're gonna be waiting a long damn time. Because meaningful changes that go beyond that initial few pound drop on the scale don't happen overnight. And I don't say that to discourage you, only to help you better manage your expectations so you can keep going for longer than a few weeks instead of quitting like you normally do when progress feels like it's not happening fast enough. And here's the truth, you'll never be able to control the timeline, but you can always control how you show up for yourself and the daily actions you take towards your goal. So rather than waiting impatiently for the result, let the reward of doing the work be what fuels you to keep going, even and especially when it looks like it's not working. Because if there's one thing I know for sure, there is no better feeling than keeping the promises that you make to yourself. That's where true confidence is built, and it's something that can never be taken away from you.
At 8 years old, my doctor sent me to fat camp. And it's not just because I was chubby. I was morbidly obese. For 7 years, I'd lose 30 pounds every summer and gain 50 back every school year. And that's because my family life was so unstable, so food was just my biggest comfort. Eventually, I found myself 100 pounds heavier and I felt totally trapped in my body. Every time I went shopping, I would be hysterical crying in the dressing room because nothing fit me as a size 20. At 13 years old, my doctor told me I was at risk for a heart attack. I tried to lose weight, but every diet focused on calorie counting and portion control, which works for some people, but I needed something different. I had to tackle my emotional eating and the fact that I just love to eat and can't restrict. So in high school, I decided to stop avoiding the scale and to actually start using it as a tool to see how my body responds to different food. I started realizing that I could lose weight without cutting back, counting numbers, or working out like crazy, which no other diet ever said. It got me to lose my first 50 pounds and not gain it back. which after years of yo-yo dieting was life-changing. I was finally the girl who could shop in the store, not dread the doctor, and who wanted to be in the photo, not just take it. But I wanted to learn more. I spent my next 7 years getting my bachelor's and master's degrees in nutrition, coming in RD. Then I started teaching my weight loss seminar at UCLA. It helped me put together the missing pieces and help drop my next 50 pounds and create my program and share all the knowledge and insights that the diet industry failed to share with me. Now, over a decade later, I've helped hundreds of thousands of people around the world improve their weight, health, and relationship with food using these same methods.
When I decided to level up in my life, I created the mental diet, which is basically a matter of brainwashing, okay? So I would only allow myself to think about a variety of things that aligns with the vision that I have for my life. And if I found myself ruminating on the past, I found myself fixating on the future, I would just remind myself of the things that I have decided need my attention, right? Because as we know, what you feed grows. So if you are able to get some control of your mind and have a good mental diet, your life is bound to change forever.
It's confession time. I used to be 300 pounds and I lost 130 pounds in a year and a half, and I'm going to tell you how. I swear by the fact that I manifested this weight loss, even though people think I'm crazy, but I never stepped into a gym once and I didn't have a strict diet plan. The very first step in this process was actually not about me. It was about being nicer to other women. My goal was that if I could be nicer to other women, I would then learn to be nicer to myself. This meant a firm commitment on not talking down on myself or other people's bodies. The next thing I did was I made a decision to no longer do things that did not make me happy. In all honesty, that was the hard part because I pissed a lot of people off. But I cut out so much stress, anxiety, and sadness by just telling people to fuck off. I said yes to everything that I wanted to do and no to everything that I didn't. This meant wearing the things that I always wanted to wear if I was thinner. It also meant more time outside with my son rather than doing things for other people. I had more time on my hands and I could eat food that didn't make me feel bad. A healthy mind made me a healthy, active person.
This is the fastest way that you're going to manifest any change in physical appearance. This video found you because you want to become 1,000 times more attractive. Whether you want to lose weight, get taller, or just glow up and have a hot girl summer. And let me guess, you've already tried all the diets, all the workouts, but nothing is working. But that is because you're not operating as the version of you who has your desired physical appearance already. And this is coming from somebody who was overweight for years, and I would try so many fad diets. I would try all the workout programs. Even when I started my fitness journey and I became obsessed with the gym, I still wasn't able to achieve my dream body until I stopped being obsessed with it, calorie counting and restricting myself. And I realized that I'm a freaking master manifester and I can just manifest my dream body into reality, and then everything changed. And it's going to change everything for you too, okay? So the first thing that I want you to do is comment down below, I love myself unconditionally. And the reason for that is because you manifest based on your internal belief system, and your cells are constantly listening to you and following out the commands that you're giving it. So if you're hating the way that you look and always telling yourself like, I'm never gonna lose weight, your cells just go, okay, and they start following the commands that you're giving it. So that is why step number 1 is always to love the way that you look right now, even with all of your imperfections, even with all of your insecurities. Because if you look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself like, I love myself unconditionally, your cells will hear that, they will follow that command, and they will begin to shift your body into something that you freaking love. The second step after that is to start operating as the version of you who has your desired physical appearance already. So for example, you look in the mirror and you tell yourself like, I look amazing in every single thing that I wear. I'm getting skinnier every single day. I love the way that my body looks. My skin is glowing. And if you want to make this even more powerful, put on binaural beats while you're doing this. And literally just visualize yourself having that dream body, that dream physical appearance. And because your body is the subconscious mind, the more that you repeat this, the more that you are reprogramming your subconscious.
That's a video, bestie. So I'm just here also to add on like what I think about today's video. The mindset shifts that will help you lose the weight. So when it comes to weight loss, bestie, most people immediately think about dietary plans, workout routines, and calorie counting. But the real secret to lasting result is not just what you eat or how much you exercise. It's a mindset you carry with you every single day. If your mind is not aligned with your goals, no diet or workout plan will ever stick for long term. That's why today, bestie, we are diving into the mindset shift that will completely transform the way you approach weight loss. It's not about punishing yourself, it's about empowering yourself. When you shift your thoughts, your actions follow. And when your actions change, your results start showing. The first thing to understand is that weight loss is not a sprint, it's a journey. And it's like every journey, it requires patience, consistency, and commitment. If you go into it thinking you will see results overnight, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. The mindset shift here is realizing that every small step counts. Every time you choose water over soda, every time you get up and move instead of sitting the whole day, you're building a momentum. These little wins add up, and when you celebrate them, you keep yourself motivated for a long term. Another big mindset shift is moving away from all or nothing mentality. So many people start their weight loss journey by saying things like, I'll never eat sugar again, or I'll work out every single day. But life happens, and when you sip up for just once, it's easy to feel like you failed completely. Instead, shift your mindset to progress over perfection. Missing one workout or enjoy a slice of cake doesn't erase all the good you have done. What matters is what your consistency do, not the rare moments, okay? When you free yourself for perfectionism, when you free yourself again, you stop feeling guilty and start feeling empowered to keep going. A lot of people also tie their weight loss journey to self hurt. They look in the mirror, criticize themselves, and think that being harsh will motivate them. But the truth is, you cannot hurt yourself into a body you love. A powerful mindset shift is learning to lose weight out of love for your body, not for punishment. You want to nourish yourself with health food because your body deserves energy and strength. You want to move your body because it makes you feel alive, not because you're trying to fix yourself. When weight loss comes from a place of love, the journey becomes lighter and the result lasts longer. Let's also talk about the mindset of identity. If you keep telling yourself, I'm just a lazy person or I'll always be overweight, you're reinforcing a negative identity. Your brain listens to what you tell it. A powerful shift happens when you start identifying as the person you want to become, even before you see the result. Instead of saying, I'm trying to lose weight, say something like, I'm someone who makes healthy choices. Instead of hating working out, say, I'm someone who's enjoying moving my body. This small change in language requires how you see yourself, and eventually your action catch up to your new identity. Another mindset shift that changes everything is focusing on long-term lifestyle, not short-term results. So many people approach weight loss with the idea of temporarily dieting, something they'll stick to until they lose a certain number of pounds. But if you go back to your old habits after you reach your goal, the weight loss comes back for you. Instead, think of it as a building a lifestyle that you can maintain forever. Ask yourself, can I see myself doing this year from now? If the answer is no, this is not sustainable. This way, you create a balanced lifestyle where health choices become natural or not forced. So, comparison is one of the biggest mindset traps. Maybe you look at Instagram or TikTok and see people losing weight faster than you, or maybe a friend started her journey the same time as you. She's already dropped more pounds. This comparison can make you feel like you're failing. But here is a shift. Your journey is yours alone. Your body, your metabolism, your lifestyle, everything is unique to you. When you stop comparing and start focusing on your personal progress, you feel less pressure and more pride in how far you come. The only person you should compete with is a vision of yourself from yesterday. Another shift that can completely change your mind is result is moving away from the scale as the only measure of progress. The scale can be so deceiving. Sometimes you're losing fat but gaining muscle and the number doesn't move. That can make you feel stuck when in reality, when your body is transforming. Okay? Instead, start noticing other victories. Your clothes fitting better, having more energy, sleeping better, or even your skin clearing up. When you measure success in multiple ways, you stay motivated when the scale doesn't budge. Let's also shift the mindset around failure. So many people give up because they think they have failed after failing off the track. But failure is not the end, it's a feedback. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn what works and what does not. If you